Welcome to The Explainer. Look, today we're going to get right into the secret of building real, long-term wealth. And we're going to tackle two of the biggest hurdles that can get in your way, the hype around AI and those sneaky hidden fees that are designed to drain your retirement.
All right, let's just jump right in, shall we? I mean, it feels like AI is absolutely everywhere these days, and finance is definitely no exception. So the really big question is, can an algorithm, a robot, actually replace a human when it comes to building real wealth? And maybe more importantly, should it?
So, to really figure this out, you've got to look past all the hype, right? It's not just about what AI can do, but what it fundamentally can't do. And that difference, well, it all comes down to the human element.
Okay, so here's the thing. AI is an incredible tool, no doubt about it. It can churn through mountains of financial data way faster than any person ever could. But the real value of a human advisor, it's not about processing raw data. It's about building a proactive strategy that fits your life, your goals, even your anxieties. All the stuff an algorithm just doesn't get. And this right here is the absolute core of the issue. Using AI can feel a lot like buying a product off a shelf. It's just a transaction. But think about it. Building real wealth isn't a one-time thing. It's this whole transformational journey. And that journey is going to have twists and turns that, frankly, you need a human to help you navigate. And these are some of AI's biggest blind spots. It basically learns from what everyone else is doing, the herd. But come on, we know the best financial moves are often the ones that go against the crowd. AI is reactive. It just responds to data. It doesn't really anticipate problems. It can completely miss those once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. And probably the scariest part, it's pulling from the entire internet, so it's totally prone to that garbage in, garbage out problem. It can even make up facts that sound legit, but are totally false. Okay, so whether you go with an AI or a human, one thing's for sure, you're gonna pay for it. But do you have any idea how much you're really paying? Let's pull back the curtain on this second huge obstacle to building wealth, those sneaky investment fees. Yeah, I'm sure you've seen this number 1,000 times. 1%. It's the standard fee for managing your money. And it sounds simple, small even. Totally reasonable, right? Well, here's the catch. That 1%, it's almost never the whole story. Think of it more like the tip of a giant, costly iceberg that's just quietly chipping away at your money year after year. The reality is that advisory fee is just the start. So on top of that, you've often got platform fees. Then there are fees for managing the actual funds you're invested in. And on top of that, you've got extra costs for things like trading and admin. And guess who pays for all of it? You do. So when you actually start stacking all these layers on top of each other, that tiny little 1% fee, it can blow up. I mean, some analyses show the total drag on your account from all these hidden costs can be as high as 5, maybe even 6% a year. It's nuts. And the long-term damage, wow, it's just devastating. Look at this. On an investment that grows to $8 million, that 1% annual fee could end up costing you almost $1 million in fees alone. Now, compare that to a different structure, like a one-time fee for an IUL. The difference is it's staggering. It's a game changer. Okay, but here's the part that is just absolutely wild. In a regular taxable account, a third or even more of your money isn't really yours, right? It's what you owe the government in future taxes. But your manager is charging you a fee on the entire amount. Let that sink in. You are literally paying someone to manage the government's money for them. All right, so we've seen how AI has its limits, and we've seen the insane trap of hidden fees. Both of these things are huge roadblocks to the real secret of building wealth. So what is that secret? Well, it all starts with understanding a force that most people have heard of, but very, very few truly get. Let's do a quick little thought experiment. Imagine you have a single ordinary piece of paper, and let's say you could fold it in half 50 times. How thick do you think it would be? A couple inches, maybe a few feet high? The answer is gonna blow your mind. After just 20 folds, that paper is already over 1 million times thicker than it started. At 42 folds, it's thick enough to reach the moon. And after 50 folds, believe it or not, it would stretch all the way from here to the sun. Yeah, you heard that right. 93 million miles.
That's not a trick question. It's just the beautiful, undeniable power of what we call exponential growth. And this is the perfect analogy for the single most powerful force in all of finance.
And that force, of course, is the magic of compound interest. See, this isn't just about your money adding up. No. This is about your money making money, and then that new money turns around and makes even more money. It's like a chain reaction, just like that piece of paper folding on itself again and again and again.
And this really shows you the staggering difference. Simple interest, that's just stacking your returns on top, it turns 100 grand into $500,000 over 40 years. Not bad. But compound interest, where you're folding it over, turns that same $100,000 into $4.5 million. That is a 9 times difference. It's incredible. So, this all comes down to the single most important question you can ask about your own finances. Is your money just stacking up like single sheets of paper, getting chipped away by hidden fees and flawed strategies? Or have you unleashed that 93 million mile power of true, real, uninterrupted compounding? Because the answer to that one question, well, it could change absolutely everything for you.